Las Vegas is a city built on spectacle, but the Sphere aimed to outdo them all. A glowing orb off the Strip, it promised to redefine live entertainment with immersive technology and jaw-dropping scale. Imagine a venue wrapped inside and out with the world's highest-resolution LED screens, transforming into anything from a giant eyeball to the surface of the moon. Inside, a wraparound screen and precision audio would transport audiences to new worlds. The Sphere was the brainchild of James Dolan, who saw it as the future of entertainment, a bold bet that technology could forge deeper connections between artists and fans. As construction progressed, excitement grew. Could this ambitious vision become reality, or would it be another costly Las Vegas dream? Las Vegas waited, breathless, to see if the Sphere would dazzle or disappoint. Even before opening, the Sphere's grand vision was threatened by ballooning costs and delays. The budget soared from $1.20 to $2.3 billion, rattling investors and forcing leadership changes. The pandemic brought supply chain chaos and labor shortages, pushing back the opening and driving up expenses. Technical challenges mounted, and the public began to wonder, was the Sphere a marvel, or just an expensive billboard? The pressure was on to prove it was more than spectacle, and worth the price. The Sphere's cost became legendary, starting at $1.2 billion, then nearly doubling to $2.3 billion. Custom technology, global disruptions, and relentless ambition sent expenses skyrocketing. Every element, from the steel skeleton to millions of LEDs, had to be invented or custom-built. The result, the most expensive entertainment venue in Las Vegas history. Now, every decision was scrutinized. Could the Sphere ever recoup its investment? The dream was alive, but the price tag cast a long shadow. The pandemic hit at the worst possible moment, snarling supply chains and delaying critical materials. Custom screens, microchips, and specialized glass were stuck in limbo, leaving teams idle and costs mounting. Labor shortages and inflation only made things worse, pushing the opening from 2021 to 2023. Each setback rippled through the project, eroding public confidence and straining the budget. The Sphere's construction became a marathon of endurance, not a sprint to the finish. With $2.3 billion to recoup, the Sphere needed more than sold-out shows. It needed to be a phenomenon. Premium ticket prices and high-profile residencies like U2 were just the start. The Exosphere's advertising potential became crucial, turning the venue into a glowing billboard for global brands. But exclusivity risked alienating everyday visitors, and critics questioned if art was being sacrificed for profit. The Sphere's future hinged on balancing spectacle, accessibility, and relentless financial pressure. Would it become a must-see attraction, or a cautionary tale of ambition gone too far? Behind the scenes, financial strain and delays took a toll on leadership. The abrupt resignation of the CFO just before opening signaled deep internal turmoil. Investor confidence wavered as costs soared and executive turnover mounted. The stock's volatility mirrored the project's uncertainty, and the human cost became clear. The Sphere's fate now rested on whether vision could overcome the mounting pressure of reality. When the Sphere first lit up the Las Vegas skyline, the reaction was pure astonishment. Its dazzling displays became the talk of the town, drawing crowds and flooding social media. But the wow factor soon met the wallet factor. High ticket prices made many admire from afar, turning the Sphere into a must-see landmark, just not for everyone's budget. The Sphere's spectacle is undeniable, but its exclusivity left some feeling left out. While tourists marveled at the Exosphere, some Las Vegas locals saw it differently. For residents, the Sphere became a permanent glowing presence, sometimes an intrusive one. Light pollution and constant ads sparked frustration. Critics argued it was more billboard than art. The city became divided, some proud, others resentful of this bold new landmark. For the millions of tourists who flock to Las Vegas each year, the Sphere presented a compelling but complicated choice. The hype was undeniable. It was marketed as the must-see attraction, a revolutionary experience unlike any other on Earth. The expectation was set for something truly mind-blowing. Visitors arrived expecting to be transported, to have their senses overwhelmed in the best possible way. They had seen the viral videos and the stunning exterior displays, and the question on their minds was whether the experience inside could possibly live up to the incredible promise. This created immense pressure on the Sphere to deliver an unforgettable show every single time. The reality of the tourist experience, however, was often filtered through the lens of cost. The primary non-concert attraction, Darren Aronofsky's film Postcard from Earth, came with ticket prices that started around $70 and could go well over $200 depending on the seat and date. For a family of 4, an hour-long experience could easily cost more than a full day of other activities in Las Vegas. This forced visitors into a difficult calculation. Was this one-hour show worth sacrificing other parts of their vacation budget? The dilemma was whether to splurge on a single high-tech experience or spread their funds across multiple shows, meals, and attractions that Vegas is famous for. Reviews from those who did pay for admission were often mixed, further complicating the decision for potential ticket buyers. Many were blown away, describing Postcard from Earth as a stunning, one-of-a-kind visual feast that fully utilized the Sphere's incredible technology. They called it worth every penny. However, other reviews were less enthusiastic. Some visitors found the film's narrative to be underwhelming, feeling that it was more of a tech demo than a compelling story. Others complained about the steep price for what amounted to a very short movie, regardless of the impressive visuals. This word-of-mouth feedback created a confusing picture for tourists trying to decide if the investment was justified. This led to a phenomenon where the Sphere became a maybe attraction rather than a must-do. Tourists would weigh the pros and cons, read the reviews, check their budgets, and many would ultimately decide to pass. The expectation of a universally acclaimed, game-changing event was met with the more nuanced reality of a pricey show with divided opinions. For an attraction that needed to draw massive crowds consistently to justify its existence, this hesitation was a significant problem. The tourist's dilemma, to pay or not to pay, became a central challenge for the Sphere's long-term success and its place in the competitive Las Vegas entertainment ecosystem. In today's world, public perception is shaped online as much as in real life. The Sphere's debut went viral, captivating millions with its dazzling displays and global hype. But as real experiences emerged, the conversation shifted, praise mixed with criticism over ticket prices and local impact. Online, the Sphere became both a marvel and a controversy, its reputation shaped by a global, ever-evolving digital debate. The Sphere is a technological marvel, but making it work flawlessly every day is a challenge. With over 1 million LEDs and thousands of speakers, even minor glitches can disrupt the immersive experience. Technicians battle complex, unforeseen issues in real time, learning as they go. The promise of a flawless escape depends on technology working perfectly, every single time. The Sphere's financial challenges didn't end with construction. Just keeping the venue running is a relentless, expensive task. Powering millions of LEDs and advanced climate systems consumes massive energy. Maintenance for custom technology and electronics is specialized and costly. The harsh desert environment adds to the challenge, requiring constant upkeep. Every aspect of the Sphere's design comes with a steep maintenance cost, putting pressure on profits and long-term viability. The Las Vegas Sphere is a revolutionary canvas, but a canvas is only as compelling as the art that is painted on it. This presents a unique operational challenge: the content conundrum. The venue's technology is so specific that it cannot simply show existing movies or host standard concert tours without significant modifications. Artists and filmmakers must create bespoke content specifically for the Sphere's immersive environment to truly leverage its capabilities. This creates a bottleneck. The pool of content available to show is incredibly small, and the process of creating new content is both time-consuming and extremely expensive, requiring new production techniques and technologies. The first major piece of custom content, Postcard from Earth, was directed by the acclaimed filmmaker Darren Aronofsky. Its production was a massive undertaking, requiring a special camera system to capture the ultra-high-resolution wraparound footage. While visually spectacular, it also highlighted the challenge. How many filmmakers have the resources, time, and vision to create content for this unique format? The Sphere cannot rely on a single film forever. It needs a continuous pipeline of new and exciting experiences to keep audiences coming back. Building that pipeline from scratch is a slow and costly process, limiting the variety of programming the venue can offer. This issue extends to musical acts as well. U2's Achtung Baby residency was a triumph precisely because the band and its designers invested heavily in creating visuals that filled the giant screen and complemented their music. However, not every artist has the budget or the desire to completely reimagine their show for a single venue. This makes it difficult to book a wide variety of touring acts. The Sphere risks becoming a venue only for A-list artists on long-term residencies, limiting its ability to host a diverse calendar of events. This scheduling challenge makes it difficult to keep the venue consistently booked, which is essential for covering its high operational costs. The pressure is on Sphere Entertainment Company to become a production studio as well as a venue operator. They must actively fund and develop new content, a risky and expensive venture in its own right. They are not just building a theater, they are trying to kickstart an entire new cinematic medium. This operational burden is immense. The success of the Sphere depends not just on its technology, but on its ability to solve this content problem. Without a steady stream of compelling must-see shows and experiences, the world's most advanced screen risks becoming the world's most beautiful and empty room. Beyond the high-tech wizardry and content creation, the Sphere faces a mountain of everyday logistical challenges. Simply managing the flow of people in and out of such a uniquely designed building is a complex task. The venue can hold over 18,000 people, and its steep, bowl-like seating arrangement presents unique challenges for crowd control, security, and emergency egress. Ensuring that thousands of guests can find their seats, access concessions, and exit smoothly and safely requires meticulous planning and a large, well-trained staff. The novelty of the building's design means that standard operating procedures from other arenas may not apply, forcing the operations team to innovate. The location of the Sphere, just off the main strip and connected by a pedestrian bridge to the Venetian resort, also creates logistical hurdles. While visually impressive, this setup funnels thousands of people through a single access point, which can create bottlenecks before and after shows. Managing traffic, both pedestrian and vehicular, in the surrounding area during major events is a significant operational concern that requires close coordination with city authorities and neighboring properties. Any disruption in this flow can lead to delays and a frustrating experience for guests before they even step foot inside the venue, setting a negative tone for their visit. Staffing the Sphere is another major operational issue. The venue requires a diverse team with a wide range of skills, from ushers and concession workers to highly specialized video and audio technicians. Recruiting, training, and retaining top talent in Las Vegas's competitive hospitality market is a constant challenge. The technical staff, in particular, must have a unique skill set to operate and maintain the Sphere's bespoke systems. This creates a dependency on a small pool of qualified individuals, making staffing a critical and potentially fragile part of the daily operational equation. A shortage of key personnel could directly impact the quality of the shows. These logistical elements, crowd management, traffic flow, and staffing, form the invisible backbone of the guest experience. When they work perfectly, they go unnoticed. But when they fail, they can ruin a visitor's evening, regardless of how spectacular the show is. The daily execution of these fundamental tasks is a relentless, high-stakes operation. For the Sphere, a venue that promises a futuristic and seamless experience, getting these basic logistics right is just as important as the groundbreaking technology on its screens. It is a labyrinth that the operational team must navigate successfully, day in and day out. From the start, Las Vegas officials saw the Sphere as a symbol of innovation and a boost for tourism, jobs, and the city's global reputation. But behind the scenes, they face real challenges: traffic, infrastructure, and light complaints from residents. Officials must balance the excitement of progress with the practical needs of the community, striving to make the Sphere a win for everyone. For investors and Wall Street analysts, the Las Vegas Sphere is not a piece of art or a tourist attraction. It's an asset with a very large number attached to it. Their reactions and statements are driven by data, financial reports, and projections of future profitability. Initially, there was considerable excitement within the investment community. This initial optimism, however, soured as the project's costs ballooned from $1.2 billion to $2.3 billion. The mood among investors shifted from excitement to anxiety, and falling sharply on reports of operating losses. This sentiment really captures the core tension for those who have put capital at risk, waiting to see if the world's most expensive venue can ever truly pay for itself. To understand the Sphere's impact, you have to talk to the people on the ground. Tourists marvel at the spectacle, but many balk at ticket prices. Locals see both business opportunities and traffic headaches. Some visitors say the immersive shows are worth every penny, while others compare it to an expensive IMAX. And for many, the free light show outside is enough. The Sphere is a landmark everyone sees, but only some choose to truly experience. The Sphere is a dazzling new frontier for artists and filmmakers, a creative playground of unprecedented scale and technology. U2 called it a beautiful, mad idea, and their shows redefined what's possible on stage. But the same technology that inspires awe also demands huge budgets and specialized teams. Many artists see it as a gilded cage, out of reach for most. The creative world watches, wondering if the sphere will become an open playground, or remain an exclusive stage for the few. The Las Vegas sphere stands as a glowing symbol of ambition, but its story is one of vision colliding with reality. With a $2.3 billion price tag, the venue faces immense financial pressure, high running costs, and a need for custom content that limits events. While its exterior dazzles, high ticket prices and light pollution have divided public opinion. The sphere is a technological marvel, but also a cautionary tale about the challenges of turning bold dreams into sustainable business. The Las Vegas sphere stands at a crossroads, redemption or ruin. If it can't control costs or solve its content problem, it risks becoming a costly novelty, more famous for its exterior than its experiences. But with ingenuity and accessibility, it could become a hub for innovation and entertainment. The gamble isn't over. The sphere's future depends on whether it can move beyond its troubled start and truly shine as a beacon for Las Vegas and the world.